Hello, beautiful friends. I hope you are doing well this evening. This is my third time trying to record this intro. Something always goes wrong. I either stutter, I can't pronounce Star Power Tarot, or I just don't like the sound of my voice when I rewatch the intro. And so this is the third time I'm recording it. But today's question is the honest truth about what you need to heal, how you need to heal, what you need to heal from. Trigger warning, obviously I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychiatrist. Take the messages that resonate with you and whatever healthy way you can digest those messages, go ahead and do that. But if you are in a time of crisis or you need extra help, I've included some hotline numbers in the video description below for you to access. There are 3 piles. The first one is this amethyst nugget. The second one is this malachite. And the third one is this blue kyanite. And for the rest of the month, I am doing free and donation-based readings. And you can book with me through my link in the bio below. And starting January 1st, I will launch my Etsy. And then you can purchase a reading through there. And if you have been a long-time client of mine prior to this YouTube, then you get 50% off forever on that Etsy store. And that's everything. So timestamps are in the description below. Thank you for checking in and watching this video, and I'll see you at your reading. Okay, pile number 1. Ooh, the candle is burning brightly for you, I just noticed. But let's go ahead and do some live shuffling. So if you chose pile number 1, this is your pile, this is your reading. The honest truth about what you need to heal from and how you need to heal. All right, from the NASA postcards, we have Nili Patera, curving faults and fractures, as well as complex volcanic features. Okay, very interesting. And then we have the crescent effect. A last quarter moon occurs about 3 weeks after a new moon. Its lighted portion typically faces the horizon of the Earth, as shown in this photograph. Very beautiful. We're going to keep that right side up. And mosaic of Mercury's limb. This view is of Mercury's southern hemispheric limb, which refers to the edge of a planetary disk, where the planet's atmosphere meets the darkness of space. Okay, so we have fractures, we have Mercury, planet of communication, really represented by the Suite of Swords, right? Let's get some more cards in here. So pile number 1, what you need to heal from, how you need to heal. So God is putting this aside. How does pile number 1 need to heal? Just as I thought, we have the High Priestess. Reverse. And then a lot of these cards are kind of just shooting out, so we're gonna try to collect them. The Star. Okay, I'm hearing at this point in your life, the Hanged Man reversed, exactly. So pile number 1, at this point in your life, I really think you are meant to be pursuing what aligns with your divinity, what aligns with your destiny. There's an energy here of blockage to really what I think is the solar plexus chakra. If you believe in that kind of stuff, right? I know we all have different interpretations, and I'm trying not to be Orientalist in my interpretation of chakra and energy, but kind of your confidence space, to be more specific, has kind of shuttered inward into itself. And what I'm feeling with this spread is, as you move toward what ignites you and what makes you feel passionate, that's where your manifestation will unlock and unblock itself. So you need to pursue the thing that makes you nervous, that you want to do but you're scared of doing. There's a message for you that you need to pursue that thing, and you need to write down what you can do today, this week, this month, this year, this lifetime. So it's 5, right? Today, this week, this month, this year, this lifetime. 5 things that will put you more in line with your confidence space, your purpose space. What concerns me is the reference to fractures here. And I feel this is the energy of someone who has repeatedly been kind of pushed down or shot down I'm hearing that Mary Elizabeth McGillen song, Shot Down in Flames, if that resonates for some of you. But let's get some more cards. But this is the energy of, like, it's very Eye of the Tiger. It's very, you need to step into your power, pile number 1. And step into what makes you the hero of your own story and what makes you feel like a hero. I was just watching this Bollywood movie with my partner last night, and they call movie superstars there, they call them heroes. And the whole time I was thinking, like, oh, that's so interesting. Like, I'm telling people constantly, like, what do you need to do to feel like the hero of your own story? And so, you know, the Tower reversed, exactly. Let's put that over here. So, so interesting. This is such an interesting reading because what I'm feeling is you need to allow the bridge to collapse. That's a very specific message for some of you. Allow the bridge to collapse. This is the energy of someone who's scared of breaking because they've been pushed down so much that because you're so scared of breaking, because you're so scared of transformation, you prevent transformation from happening. So I know I'm being really esoteric and really abstract, really vague, but for this pile, you have to succumb to change. That's whenever we see the Tower reverse, it's always a lesson about allowing change to happen, allowing change to manifest, and allowing the pain of transformation to move through you. So pile number 1, how are you transforming, and in what ways do you think you need to transform to become a hero, to become a better version of yourself? So a lot of my reading style is focused on asking really intrusive questions. And that's not because I'm nosy or bossy. It might be, actually, but it's more so because I'm trying to, or spirit, you know, when I channel messages from spirit, we're trying to usher in change in your life. And that's why the channel is called Star Power Tarot, because here we're trying to unlock your star power. And that's kind of my purpose in this world, is to help people unlock that which limits them and to help move people. But for this pile, you need to listen to yourself. What moves you? What kind of music, movies, film, photographs? What stirs your emotional space? Because when I'm imagining your heart space, it's almost as if there's a lock around it. And that lock to me is really symbolic of someone who's really trepid or tepid. I don't know what the word is. But meek when it comes to exploring the fragility of your emotion. So pile number 1, how you need to heal, allow yourself to feel the pain that you have not allowed yourself to feel for so long. And I'm gonna sip some of my tea before I restate that, but allow yourself to feel the pain that you've been scared to feel for so long. It's okay to hurt, you know? It's okay to be fractured. It's okay to have imperfections. But what is making you stuck, pile number 1, and what's preventing you from really ascending into your divinity or unlocking your manifestation is this unwillingness to face the spiritual, because there's such a unwillingness to face pain. For some of you, you're getting a message very specifically to tell someone in your life about what you are going through, just to open up. You need to open up, pile number 1, because this is, it's a little bit dangerous to me, because it feels like you're trapping yourself inward, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to seclude yourself or become reclusive, right? Pile number 1. I just noticed how like geometric the spread is. It actually looks really nice. But I'm hoping this is resonating with you. Let's get something from the Animal Oracle. And for each pile, I always do different decks, different types of questions. I really try to make each pile really unique. So I really picked the deck that manifests buffalo. And I also saw the unicorn. We're gonna pull the unicorn out because she kept flashing toward, well, the unicorn in reverse. So some of you have been really ridiculed for your uniqueness. Some of you have really, this stone keeps vibrating and it's like, it makes me like want to hold it. So for some of you, this, what is this, golden quartz might be integral to your healing if you believe in crystals, if you like to work with crystals or gemstones. But what I'm seeing, and it's so funny because the unicorn has this horn and the buffalo also has this horn, and they're almost facing toward each other. And it's this energy of like, I see you, I feel you. But the energy that is kind of being neglected is the unicorn's energy because she's coming through upside down, which is, to me, that's reading as blocked. And this pile is about really stepping into your authenticity and stepping into your wild side. If you know the song Wild at Heart by Lana Del Rey, that also might resonate with you. It's a beautiful song. I highly recommend you listen to it. Wild at Heart by Lana Del Rey. And what I'm really feeling, pile number one, is you have a really, this is a really disciplined pile. Like, this is a pile that works really, really, really hard on themselves, for other people, or at least you have the potential to do that. But what you need to do is maybe write down the ways you're changing and the ways you've changed. Because this is energy about really grappling with the way you've changed and allowing yourself just to feel the heartbreak that you felt. There is a tinge of heartbreak to this reading, I'm not gonna lie. It's actually really interesting. And this is really resonating with me right now. This card, which is the crescent effect. 3 weeks after a new moon. Exactly, 3 weeks after a new moon. So maybe something 3 weeks ago happened to you. It could be 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years. But the energy of a crescent appearing after a new moon, that's the energy that you're in, pile number one. It's the energy of newness. You know, you're this crescent. You were just becoming a new moon, and you need to come to reconcile. You need to come to grips with the phases of your past and integrate all of that in its complexity, because you're one whole person and you are worthy of success and you're worthy of your own authenticity. Don't deny yourself your authenticity, pile number one. Let's get one final message for you. And we'll get one from Tarot. Okay, well, we're not going to get one from Tarot the Spirit, because intuition is telling me don't pick from that deck just yet, or at all tonight. But from the Moonology. Let's get something from the Moonology. For some of you are getting a message to look around you. Look around you. Here we are. Adjustments are required. Sorry, I had to put away my tea. So, yeah, exactly. So pile number one, this is the advice that you're getting from Moonology. Adjustments are required. So pile number one, you need to, as I said, reflect and savor the ways you've changed as a person. Adjustments are required. And I'm hoping that this reading will help shift you in your direction. I think that's the purpose of this reading. If you're watching it, it's meant to kind of move you closer to the compass direction you're supposed to be aligned with. And I hope that this helps you. If you want to book a reading, the link to my free readings is in the video description below. On January 1st, beginning the 1st, my Etsy will open up. I would love to do a reading with you, so please book with me. We can talk about anything. And as always, subscribe, like the video, and comment what resonated for you. And liking and commenting really helps. And so I highly encourage that you do that. And I'm so grateful if you do that. And that's everything I have for you. All right. And just as I looked at the camera, it was 1331. So that might resonate for some of you. 1331. All right, pile number 1. Thank you so much for watching, and bless. All right, pile number 2. If you chose pile number 2, this is your reading. As always, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this video, and comment what resonates for you. That helps me the most, and I'm so grateful if you choose to do that. And I'm so grateful if you choose to book a reading with me below. I'm doing free readings this month. And starting January 1st, my Etsy will be open, and you can purchase a reading from me there. And I would be so honored to do a reading with you. So thank you so much for your support and for watching this video. But if you chose the malachite, so malachite is really interesting because it is a stone that really forces open the heart space, for better or for worse. So whatever you're dealing with, and I've had really intense meditations with malachite where I'm holding my malachite and just stuff about my childhood just pops up endlessly in my mind, or stuff about pain, or stuff about, I mean, right now as I hold this stone, I'm really thinking about like my fear of neglect, my fear of abandonment. And I think that's coming up because this is what your reading is going to be about. I think your reading is going to be about those fears of abandonment and those fears of neglect, and really touching on your inner child, and how they are panicking or how they're threatened. Pile number 1 was so much about authenticity and so much about brave space and confidence. And I feel like this pile is going to be a bit more about the heart space. And I used to use the term a lot, but I'm really not really using the phrase chakra anymore, because I'm not really sure about like in terms of like, I studied critical race in college, and I'm always so critical about how people like orientalize or appropriate from like Eastern religions. And I think a lot of people who like talk about chakras like are not necessarily aware of like those kind of the politics of that. And so I kind of use the phrase heart space, confidence space, authenticity space instead, to really conceptualize energies. So if you're wondering why I use those phrases, it's because of that. And I can talk about that more in another video, but I really view my spiritual work as my anti-racist work. And it makes me different from other readers. For better or for worse. For better. But let's get from the NASA postcards. So Goddess, God, Universe, Divine, what is resonating for pile number 2? The Tarantula Nebula. Okay. So some of you are in an energy of hiding. Some of you are in an energy of I'm hearing that song like Leave the Door Wide Open or something. I think that's Bruno Mars. But there's a kind of grief that I feel energetically with this pile. And it's kind of this sadness that's really rooted in being shunned or feeling shunned. I pick different cards for every pile. That way each pile is really unique. I do different decks, I meant, change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Exactly. So your heart space is really transforming. Pile number 2, your heart space is transforming. And how is it transforming? Here we are. Step out of your comfort zone. A time for healing, right? A personal issue reaches conclusion, and be bold and make the first move. So there's a specific message for some of you. If it's about pursuing someone romantically, or even friendship-wise, or even pursuing something like a job or a career, you're really meant to just leap and ask for it. So leap and the net will appear, right? There's that phrase, leap and the net will appear. You have to be willing to take the risk for things to manifest for you. You have to be willing to take the risk for things to manifest, and you have to trust that the universe will keep you safe as you do that. We have the Lovers from the Journey of Love. Okay, here we are. Pile number 2. How do you need to heal right now? The honest truth. She loves. Again, yellow of the confidence space, right? And let's get some tarot for you. Okay, I'm getting a lot of love imagery here because I saw Lovers twice, first in this deck and now here. So we're gonna pull out the Lovers. Death, I also saw for a brief moment. So Goddess, God, Universe, Divine. Here we are, the King of Wands. Exactly, what did I say? Pile number 2, what you want to pursue, you're meant to just dive into it. Dive into it. The King of Wands, the Six of Swords. Yes, you need to trust that the universe is keeping you safe in all your endeavors. Sorry for the sirens outside. I live on a really busy street in LA. But it's so funny because they're facing away from each other, the King of Wands and the 2 figures and the Six of Swords, or the 3 figures actually, because there's a child with them. And it's almost, I'm getting this feeling of the King of Wands is so confident in their approach to life that they don't need to look behind them. They already know that they're going to be safe with the Six of Swords representing safety, serenity. Pile number 2, whatever hardships you've been through, that's the extent of how hard it will be. Like, that is the hardest. You've already gone through the toughest part of your life for many of you. That's a message that I'm getting for you. You've already been through the thick of it. And now this is about cultivating trust again. I'm almost surprised we're not getting the Fool or the Joker, because this is an energy of trust. So pile number 2, what you need to do is trust that you are safe no matter what. No matter if someone betrays you, if somebody hurts you, if you get cheated out of a job, out of money, in a relationship. That paranoia, pile number 2, you can cure that paranoia by trusting in your resiliency. Because once you believe you can survive anything, the fear of anything melts away. Once you believe you can survive anything, the fear of anything will melt away once you believe you can survive it, because you don't become scared of it anymore. And that is the message I have for you. A little shorter than the other piles. We are going to end there. Leave a comment. Please leave a comment about what resonated with you. I appreciate that so much. Give the video a like, subscribe, and if you want to book a free reading for the rest of December, the link is in the description below. And my Etsy will launch on January 1st, and you can purchase a reading from there, then on. But thank you, pile number 2. And just remember, pile number 2, you are safe and you are loved. You are safe and you are loved. And you need to remind yourself that, okay? All right, I'm proud of you, pile number 2, and please take care. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe. Give I can't talk. Give the video a like and comment what resonates for you. I am doing free readings for the rest of December, and they're all donation based. And the link to that is in my bio or in the description below. And beginning January 1st, I will launch my Etsy, and then you can purchase a reading from me through there. But thank you for your support, and I'm really grateful for you watching this video and for you leaving a comment and liking the video as well. But if you chose pile number 3, this is the blue kyanite, which is really linked to the space of authenticity and truth and intuition. It's funny because I don't really resonate that much with blue kyanite, but I really do admire it as a crystal, and I think it's so beautiful. And I will say, Pile number 1 was about confidence and authenticity, and pile number 2 was about the heart space. So if any of those topics resonate with you, I would watch another one of those piles, because maybe there's a message, or there will be a message for you in one of those piles, if you felt drawn to those piles as well, or if you want to learn more about authenticity or the heart space. Pile number 2 was a really tender reading, by the way. So if you feel you need a tender reading, then I would watch pile number 2. But this is pile number 3, the blue kyanite. Yes. So a channeled message I have for some of you. I'm seeing the film Norwegian Wood, the book by Haruki Murakami. And the song by the Beatles is resonating in my head. And that book, that film is so much about sadness and longing and depression. And I think pile number 3, if you struggle with emotional serenity or emotional peace or stability, I think this reading is going to have some important messages for you. And for some reason, I'm only feeling called to pick from this deck, Journey of Love, Oracle, and we're gonna try to interpret from this deck. But each pile, I always do different decks because I really want to make each pile super unique, so you get something different no matter what pile that you choose. But let's go ahead and see what is the message for you. But if you haven't listened to the song Norwegian Wood, or if you're interested in that novel or in the film, it's a really beautiful film, and so I recommend you watch it as well. But pile number 3. What is the message? Here we are. The mother prays. Eruption of light. Put that there. Lovers. Knowing without knowing. Loving all that is. Okay, I'm already getting some very specific messages and chills down my spine for some of you. Across the waters. And for a moment, joy. Okay, pile number 3. You have to trust people. That message came like clear as day in my head when I saw knowing without knowing and the lovers and just everything combined. You need to trust people. Not everybody is out to harm you. That's a very specific message for some of you, and some of you really do need to hear that. Not everybody is out to harm you, even if you've been harmed. And pile number 2 had a very beautiful message that was about, if you believe you can survive anything, the fear of anything melts away because you begin to believe you can survive it. So there's no reason to fear it. So that resiliency is something you need to cultivate. So if you were drawn to pile number 2, I would also watch pile number 2. But this is about the ascension of the soul. And I really think for pile number 3, the difference is that you are meant to, you're meant to level up at this point in your life. And leveling up requires some form of trust in the universe, specifically trust in other people. You're being called to summon that trust, and it's ancestral. There's something very ancestral about this reading, something about the lineage being marred. The lineage's trust being marred. That's something I'm seeing, because I'm seeing this figure of this woman with this almost poncho, like white shawl, very geometric, but she's coming through in this ancestral way, reminding you that everything at the end of the day connects to this long lineage of souls that you were born into. Whether you believe that or not, you are part of a greater lineage, right? It could be your community, it could be your school, but that is all lineage that you come from. It's ancestral. There's a collection of history that put you where you are in this very specific moment in time, where you are right now. And where you are right now is you're meant to be shedding your snake skin. That Rina Sawayama song, shedding your snake skin. And you need to believe, pile number 3, that you can grow far beyond what you have imagined possible for yourself in any aspect, in business, in romance. You're meant to really trust in that you can have explosive growth if you believe in yourself and if you apply yourself and if you make your work sustainable. This pile is getting a lot of really random messages. And for some of you, you need to forgive her. And you will know what that means if that resonates for you. You need to forgive her. Okay? Moving on from that. That was, I try to read intuitively, so I just try to follow my ADHD brain and just see where the message takes me. And for some of you, that is a message. You need to forgive her because we operate not out of malintent, but out of not knowing, because we're not smart enough at a given moment in time. We don't have the self-awareness. So maybe she didn't have the self-awareness, right? For a lot of you. And that's okay, because sometimes you don't have the self-awareness either. We're gonna pull some more from the Journey of Love Oracle. Goddess, God, Universe, Divine, Earth, Air, Fire, Water, Spirit. Okay, here we are. Spirit of Love, what is the message for pile number 3? The Swan. Right. The Temple. Shifting Universes. Earth Angel. And Riding the Cosmic Wave. Okay, pile number 3. There is a transformation happening here, like a metamorphosis, and I'm really thinking about the finale to Swan Lake, wherein I don't know what her name is, but Odessa. She dies, but she reunites with the prince in heaven, and the way it's traditionally choreographed is just so beautiful. But I really feel this pile is really connected to pile number 2, because I'm really feeling that both pile number 2 and this pile number 3 are really about the worst has been put behind you. At least in this moment of your life, the worst has been put behind you. And you're kind of riding the wave of aftermath and aftershock about it. Pile number 3, I think you are going through that kind of death moment, that kind of transformative moment. There's something very pure and something very blue about this reading. The color blue is just popping up so much, and blue, as we said before, is connected to intuition, is connected to the space of truth. And you need to trust what is your inner truth, because as they say, intuition does not scream, it whispers. Anxiety screams, intuition doesn't. And so that part of you that has messages for you that are safe, wholesome, tender, comforting messages, even if they're about difficult topics, that is what you should listen to. Pile number 3, you're really being asked to, it's almost like stop watching these videos and just access your intuition, because you already know what you need to know. You just have to trust it. You already know what you need to know. You just have to trust it within yourself. And that's what you need to heal, because Spirit is trying to put you on this trail, but you have so many questions that it's hard for Spirit to guide you through that trail towards your authenticity, towards your greater self, towards your star power. But and I think, we'll get one last card. So let's get one last card from the Journey of Love. Contemplation, exactly. So we'll leave that right here. But for pile number 3, think, what is your intuition telling you about your life, about people in your life? Don't listen to the paranoia, listen to truth. Don't listen to paranoia, listen to truth. And that is the most vague reading I've ever given, pile number 3. Thank you for entertaining me. But that's your reading. And so please leave a comment below on what resonated with you, and I will respond to your comment and give the video a like, subscribe. I'm so grateful when you all do that. So please go ahead and do that. If you want to book a free donation-based reading, the link is in the description below. And I'm launching my Etsy. I'm launching my Etsy on January 1st. And that's everything I have for you. And thank you for watching. And please watch more videos. And take care and bless.